Hi, my name is Richard Singleton. If you don't know, I'm known as the alias on social media as Richard Odyssey. I play Apex Legends, and I just want to do a little, in a beginner video for some people who don't know how the game is and someone who's trying to get into the game. Because I've been playing the game for about 4 years now since Apex dropped. I started playing around, I believe, February 6th, and then I seriously got into the game in March. And then I've taken a couple breaks from the game, but the game has always been nice to me, so I've always been nice to it. But it's time for me to explain some things for beginners. If you're on PC, on console, there will be a little separate video I might make. I'll also emphasis on the word might. But yes, let's get on to the settings for some beginners. So for the settings, you may notice for the first one it says interact comp style. Usually, if you're a good player, you would have this on compact, but I like to have it on default because I have this weird thing where I read things the entire time in a span of like 2 seconds. So I prefer having it on default, but also I would recommend if you're like trying to get serious in the game and you just like said, I like this game, I want to get serious in it. So I'm gonna watch a couple videos on what I should have as my settings. I do recommend that you have it as compact. But for me, I'm not really trying to get fully pro into it. I do want to get pro, so you know what? I'll put it on compact too. For button hints, I do recommend that you take it off, but if you're actually beginning, like you don't understand none of the keybinds, it's best for you to have it on, because then you will be able to learn the keybinds, adjust, you'll get into it. So you'll be able to learn. So I believe if you're new to the game, button hints stay on. If you're like like PC player and you understand the keybinds of Apex, turn it off. And then we have crosshair damage feedback. Crosshair damage feedback is basically, it displays the indicator of when you're dealing damage. So I would recommend having it on shield, like X with shield icon, because having it off is not good. Having it on X, yeah, it'll show you that, but having it on this
Yeah, boy.
is better. And then we have damage numbers. So for stacking is literally where it just puts the numbers, I believe, on itself, and it keeps like stacking it up. Like it's like a combined number. And then we have floating. I'll just read this one. Shows one number for each damage event. So after you hit one shot, it sits there. If you hit another shot, it goes up. So you gotta add it up yourself. Now, if you do both, it combines it and also makes it into a floating number. So like if you do one round of shooting, it stops it, and then if you do it again, it keeps going. So I believe both is better for if you're a person who's trying to keep track of how much damage you've done against someone, especially if you're like a comms player, like you like to inform and give information to your team. It's best for you to have it like that, so you can like be like, oh, I hit him for 50, he's cracked, I hit him for 150, so he's at 50 health, like some stuff like that. Because also if you have a red chest piece, you're at like 250 health, is it like 250 or 225? But if you have a purple chest piece, I believe that's just straight 200. I don't know, I might be off, but if I am, I'll correct it in the video. And then we have ping opacity. I do recommend keep this on default because I had it on faded for so long and I could never find out where my teammates were pinging. And I must just say this now, if anyone tells you to have it on faded, they're lying to you. Do not have it on faded, because faded is going to make it harder for you to see things. Having it on default, you'll be able to see where people are pinging and you'll know if they're pinging somewhere. Because if like your thing's on faded, you're in a fight and you get down after someone said I pinged them and they're like, no you didn't. He's like, I have a clip of it, and it shows him pinging, and on your screen it shows it's like it's not there. It's because of faded. Faded will literally just make it disappear. I recommend having it on default. And then we have this. It's up to you. You can have it on or off. It doesn't fucking matter. It's for the people dead. I just leave it on. So if I see a TTV, I search up their name. I'm bored. And minimap rotation, put it on. If you play Call of Duty, you know why. Don't ask any questions. Weapon auto cycle on empty. Have this on. It will assist you in fights big time. Imagine you're just fighting someone, your gun empties, and you forgot that you have to switch manually, and you're just shooting a blank gun the entire time, wondering why your gun isn't shooting. And then after the fight, you're like, oh my god, I ran out of ammo. It happens so much that you don't even realize it until it actually happens fully. It's just a repetitive habit you need to get rid of. And then we have auto sprint. If you're a person who doesn't like pressing down with their pinky, I recommend you do this. But if you're normal, you play it like that, keep it on off. But I keep it on because I just prefer pressing W and keeping my pinky available at all times. And then we have double tap sprint. Don't put this on. Don't ask me why. Don't put this on.
Why? 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 Why?
And we have jetpack control. This is for Valkyrie, if you don't know, because Valkyrie is a character. She's the only character I think that had no, she's the only one with jetpack control. So this is basically her ability. She has a, I guess, a pat. Is that her? No, her passive is that she can see people when she's skydiving. Or is that still her passive or no? It might not be. So yeah, basically this allows you to fly up. If you have a toggle, you have to keep pressing it to go a certain altitude, but if you have it on hold, you can choose what specific altitude you go to, you can drop from. So yes, I recommend having it on hold. And yes, we're gonna be going through the gameplay part and the video and audio part, not the controller, mouse, and keyboard. If you want that, you're gonna go through a separate video. I will make a video on my settings. And then we have incoming damage feedback. Mine should be on both because I'm wondering why it's not, but I had it on 3D. Guess I wasn't paying attention. Also, what was I? It's better if you cover your mouth, people say, so I do that now. This basically tells you where you're getting shot from. So have it on both, because 2D is like, oh, you're getting shot from this way. 3-dimensional is like this, there. Both is this way, there. It's like that, you know? So it's like a combined thing. Taking damage closes death box or crafting menu. I do recommend having this on because I've had it off for so long and I'm over here having to fling my hand up just to press escape. Because let me show you my keyboard. I use a TKL. Oh shit. I use a TKL. So if I'm pressing control to crouch, right? I have to rotate my entire hand up so I can touch escape, which is not a good thing in a fight or especially in any kind of battle royale. So I recommend you have it on. And then we have hop up, pop up. I actually don't really understand what this is. Determines the hop up, pop up UI element will show when I hop up. Oh yeah, okay. So have it on, whatever. Yeah. Streamer mode. If you're a streamer, there are a lot of people with racist names that you don't want being seen. So yeah, up to you. But instead of doing this, I feel like it'd be better if you just did this. So yeah. And then we have anonymous mode, up to you, really not my use. Then we have usage sharing. I do recommend you have this on because I've had this on for a very long time. I don't really know what it does, but I guess it does something good for me because it says changes will be reflected in your next gameplay session. So like, I guess, so that's why I just leave it on. Performance display tells you if you're lagging, tells you if you have good FPS. Yeah, but as you can see, I don't think it's showing on my thing because I have my little Twitch thing. No, it's not showing at all. I have this thing from Steam that shows my FPS counter up on the top right. You can go into the settings and do that, but I like to have both on for safety issues because Steam will tell me the actual FPS while Apex will tell me something different. And then we have club invites. I have them on enabled, but I really should have it on disabled. I don't want to be getting a club invite every once like 45 seconds. Communication filter, leave this on everybody because you have it on friends only or nobody, you won't be able to hear your teammates in game. So leave it on everybody. And then reticle is up to you, changes the color. And now this is where we get to the good part. If you don't know, in this game, in any game, colorblind for some reason will change how your game looks. With Triphobia, it just makes everything look more like vibrant, I guess. And then with this, it just, I guess, gives you the best visibility. So if I were you, if you want like good distance visibility, go for this one. If you want great vibrance on everything, go for this one. And then we have subtitles. I don't know why it's off, it's supposed to be on. And subtitle size, leave it on normal, off, this and that. So yeah, that's the accessibility settings. We're going to video settings. If you're a person who streams or you like to like tab off to press on things, leave your thing on borderless window because full screen will literally tab you all the way out. I mean, all the way out. And have your thing on your aspect ratio because whatever it tells you native is, leave it. Already sorry about that interruption. I had to take a shit. My bad.
Sitting on the toilet. Sitting on the toilet.
Alright, what were we doing? Oh yeah, video. Alright, so I recommend having it on borderless window because, yeah, if you tab out, it's gonna shut down the game and do all that. It's preferably you click on something, then you can just click on it again and go back to the game. Better that way. My bad. And then we have brightness. Put this on whatever you want. You can put it on 70, you can put it on 30, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's completely up to you. And we have field of view. If you like to be really fast, keep it on 110, but if you just want to be decent, medium, just put it on 98. It'll be cool. We have FOB ability shaking. Have this on enabled. It scale. It basically makes it better. So like if you are Octane and you do it, you get a little bit more FOV. So you go to 120. So yeah. Sprint view shake. Put this on minimal because when you're running, the camera will shake. So if you have it on normal, your camera will go like this. I might show you what it looks like if you have it on normal, and then you have minimal. So yeah, put it on minimal. I recommend that. And then all of this is just how your PC runs. I have it on low because it gives me a lot more of that, but I can put this on high. Put this on high if I wanted to. I could do that. I could just put my stuff on high or medium if I wanted to, and I could run the game no problem. But yeah. And then we have the audio settings. For audio, I do recommend if you're like a person who listens to music, Apex is really loud. So have the master volume at least under 80. I recommend that. It will help you out. Because in this game, it's not really, oh, I need to hear footsteps. No, you need to look where you're going. That's all you need to do. Look where you're going and make sure you see your surroundings. That's all you need to do. Output device, have it on whatever headphones you use. It could be TV's audio. It could be the speaker's audio. It could be system default, but always put it seriously on the headphone or headset you use because it will help you out. And then we have the input. Just put it on your microphone. It could be the headset microphone. It could be like a USB microphone, a condenser microphone. It doesn't matter. Just put it on your microphone and always keep it on push to talk. And if you're a person who plays on mouse and keyboard and you have one of these, I preferably say put your push to talk here instead of using your hands for it, because your mouse should be used for your aiming and anything that you will need. So it's preferably better, in my opinion, to have it here, because then it's easy access instead of using it and making it where you have to use your index finger to move your hand just so you can talk, and then you're in a fight and you have to give out communications. No, you could be holding this button, shooting people, and scrolling still, because all you really need when you're using a mouse is these two fingers and then these to hold it. So really need all of them, but these are the two main ones. So you're using this one and this one to hold it. You're using this one to press down the button. Or you could be using your pinky finger or your ring finger, your right hand ring finger, to be pressing down it as well. Because I have one with two on the sides. So there's one here and one here. So yeah, I could press it on either side. And then you have the open mic threshold. So if you use open mic, and if you push to talk, it will do this like thing where it tells you where the thing is. Just do it to where it won't go all the way to the right. Make it to where it goes around here. Just adjust it. Your mics will be different, so it doesn't matter what you do. So do that. Incoming voice chat volume, put it at 100 or put it to like 75. I'm gonna put it at 75 because my teammates are really loud. So you'll be able to hear your teammates over the audio. Always put it over your gameplay audio, because then you can hear your teammates. And if you have really loud teammates, just mute them. Just mute them, that's it. And then we have sound effect volume. Always have your sound effect volume at 100 so you can hear the slightest fucking pickup or drop. It is the weirdest thing because the sound effect volume for some reason in the game is extremely loud. The footsteps are really quiet, but the sound effects for stuff being picked up is extremely loud. Like you can hear someone drop a heavy mag or a fucking feather rather than hearing their heavy ass boot footsteps. Only footsteps you can really hear in the game really precisely, and you can tell the difference between is Revenant, because Revenant has heavy metal footsteps. Pathfinder has really consistent like metal, but also like he knows what he's doing with his footsteps to make them sound exactly the same in each precise step. Octane has like these metal spring footsteps, and then Ash Same thing, but just lighter sounding because she's a female simulacrum and she's lighter. So yeah. And then we have dialogue volume. This is for the characters. So I would suggest just putting it at 80 because characters do give you insight. Like Wraith, she'll tell you if someone's aiming at you, so you want to keep it on and stuff like that. But it also will tell you like if something's happening, it will inform you of stuff. So always keep your dialogue audio up. And then we have music volume. Music volume, you don't really need it unless you like music. Unless you play music in the background, then you don't need it at all. So turn it down to 0, I suggest, because it will help out. And then sound and background, put this on at all times, especially if you prefer having it on full screen. So when you're tabbed out, you can hear if anyone's nearby or you're being shot. It will help you in any situation. I promise you do want to keep it on. But yeah, these are the settings I recommend that you would have, stuff that you would see. Alrighty, before little me starts spewing off, because I spewed off for like a couple minutes, like a little too long, and the video was going to be like 25 minutes, so I'm just making the little outro. So that's all the stuff I'm going to be showing y'all. So yeah. But yeah, I do want to say thank y'all for watching, and I really do hope that you really did enjoy this tutorial, or the, not tutorial, like kind of like a setup, kind of like the, which is good for you to start off with. I really do hope you enjoyed. Let me actually do something for you. Nope, just turn it off. Gotta clean the background. I haven't cleaned my background yet. Got a bunch of water bottles on the ground. But yeah, I really do hope you guys did enjoy this, like beginner's tips, I guess. That's how I should say it, beginner's tips. And yeah, I just want to say thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. I will be making more Apex content as soon as possible, and I'll be trying to post more. I'm starting to get into YouTube and Twitch again. Well, no, I've been into YouTube. It's just I just had a very hard time coming up with video ideas, so I just said, I need to focus on Apex, since Apex is the game I really do like right now. So I should focus on it. So yeah, I really do hope you guys did like my editing style, some of the jokes I put in there, some little quips. Yeah, I really do hope y'all enjoy. I just want to say thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Hope you hit that like, that subscribe button. Make sure you stay tuned for any upcoming news on the channel. Also, go hit up the Twitch. It'll be in the description down below. The TikTok, go ahead and go hit that up. It's just my username on all my socials. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Love y'all.